What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. Merry Christmas. Yes, it's going out on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas, regardless of when you're watching this one, whether it's early in the morning when it comes out, whether it's just pre to your Christmas dinner and you go, oh, I've got to distract myself, I'm getting hungry, I'm getting told to get out the kitchen, go away, let me figure out what I'm going to do with this turkey. Or maybe it's at the end of the day. And it's like right, I've had my food, I've had my fun, I'm trying to relax. Maybe I can't even see by this point, but I can focus on this video. And we are going to be talking about Manchester United versus Newcastle. It's the only Boxing Day fixture. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff on Boxing Day, and all eyes are going to be on Manchester United because, as I said, it's the only game in the Prem that's taking place on Boxing Day this year. And Manchester United, just like a turkey right at the end of the day, we're down to bare bones. We are down to bare bones indeed, because Ruben Amorim on Christmas Eve had his pre-match press conference, once again confirmed no Bruno Fernandes. He's still out. He did kind of, say, I don't really want to say as to when Bruno's going to be coming back, but we knew Bruno was going to be missing from this game. Kobbie Mainoo still out. Of course, he suffered that calf injury. If you believe it is, I believe it is a calf injury. Just the day prior to the defeat against Aston Villa. And that meant he was not only out for that one, but he's out for the next one, which is Newcastle. He might be back for Wolves. The expectation is he's going to be back earlier than Bruno, but with these things, you never know. In addition to that, also looks like Harry Maguire, Matthijs de Ligt, they're getting closer to recovery, but it looks like they're not going to be recovering in time for Newcastle. So that squad of players that we ended up with against Aston Villa on Sunday, that's it. That's all we've got. We've still got the absences from AFCON. Obviously got those injuries. The one name coming back in is Casemiro, considering, of course, he was suspended against Aston Villa. So you look at this team and you go, in gold, Lobbins, back three will probably be as is. Lenny Yoro really struggled against Aston Villa, at fault for both of the goals, which are still brilliant goals by Morgan Rogers, but certainly at fault, and it's going through a tough period. In an ideal world, Ruben Amorim would be able to take him out of the team and maybe put him on the bench, but you can't do that because the options are so limited. So it'll probably be the same back three, which is Yoro, Heaven, and Luke Shaw. Your midfield, you've got no Bruno, you've got no Kobbie. Casemiro will come back in, and then I think the feeling is it's probably going to be Leacher, which says a lot about Manuel Ugarte, doesn't it? Manuel Ugarte can't pass so much that a centre-back's coming in and doing his job for him. Leacher, when he came on against Villa, did very well in midfield. It's one thing to come on in the second half. It's another thing to be doing it for 90 minutes, if he would be doing that up against a very strong midfield. In Newcastle, as we know, obviously, you've got Bruno Guimaraes, you've got Tonali, you've got Joe Linton, and even they might not go with that Eddie Howe. So our best midfield struggles against theirs because they're so physical, so overpowering, so dominant. So that's going to be a task for Leacher. Ruben did say in the press that he feels your Jack Fletchers they're in the squad for a reason, and they're ready to step up, and they can make the step up, but it's a big, big ask, isn't it? Then you go into the 10s, and once again, you're probably looking at Mason Mount, looking at Mateus Cunha, and Benjamin Šeško. Joshua Zirkzee, I would think unlikely to start. The reason I say that is because he looks like he might have one foot out the door as the days goes on. It feels like it's getting closer and closer to an announcement that maybe he's on his way to Roma. So there's so many absences there, and the team largely does pick itself. As far as the result, as is always the case with United, I've been saying it for weeks now, it's probably boring, so apologies for dulling your Christmas Day, but they're difficult to predict, Man United. They really, really are, because we'll score goals, we are resilient, and we need to be, because we concede a lot of goals. We've still only kept one clean sheet this season. But we do put the ball in the back of the net on a regular basis, like we did against Aston Villa, like we did against Bournemouth, like we did against West Ham, like we did against Crystal Palace, like we did several times against Wolves. Scoring goals aren't an issue for us, even though we missed quite a few chances as well. So from that regard, that's good. But like I said, defensively, we're shambolic at points, and it's so weird, isn't it? Because it's not like we go throughout the entire game looking like we can't defend, really, really shaky. It's just these defensive errors, or it's just these lack of intensity moments, like Yoro against Aston Villa, where you just go, get close to him, and then aside from that, your goalkeeper makes a couple of saves, as he should, and it's not like we're conceding chances all the time. And then when it comes to how we're actually going to play, again, you never know. You really don't. And I know some may roll their eyes at that and go, oh, come on, Owen, we know how they're going to play. But largely, we come out of that Aston Villa game, don't we, going, actually, you played all right today. I can't really fault Ruben that much. And, you know, the actual overall performance, it wasn't too bad, actually, when I think about it. Maybe it was okay. So, and then we can have 25-minute periods where we can't pass the ball at all. We have to go long ball just to kind of bypass us not being able to pass it. And then even then, sometimes we struggle to do that. You don't know. We don't know. I really don't know. Recently, of course, you struggled against Newcastle, their physicality, their intensity. But they're not doing great this season, Newcastle. Obviously, at St. James's Park, they're still a real top side, and you don't want to go up against them. But away from home, they haven't been great. They haven't been great away from home. Obviously, they lost recently in the derby to Sunderland. I'm just looking at some of these away games. They lost at Brentford earlier on this season. They lost at West Ham earlier on this season. With them, they're a similar one of you don't know what you're going to get. I think they're having the same issues that they had when they were in the Champions League last time, which is every time they've got that European game, they tend to drop off a little bit. But they do have danger men, of course, and we know the danger men is their midfield. It's also Voltemada. He feels like he's scoring every other game. He's a threat, and you're looking at someone like Aiden Heaven going, he did really well against Ollie Watkins, I thought, but you're going up against a 6 foot, was he 6'6", 6'5", something along those lines. A tall guy who's going to occupy, not the tallest back line and not the strongest back line, and a young back line too, of an inexperienced one, and that's going to be challenging. That's going to be very, very challenging for United. And like I said, the midfield battle is going to be tough, but we can score goals. You do look at, Mateus Cunha, who has come into form at the right time. We said that this period of time when the players go for AFCON, and we didn't know the injury was going to be on the horizon, needed to step up, and he has scored goals in his last few games. He's creating, looks like he's growing in confidence. Benjamin Šeško up front, of course, is against the team that also tried to sign him in the summer, and it's been difficult for him. I do think the criticism coming out of the last game was a bit much. You watch the first one, the Emi Martinez save. I think it's actually a good save. I'm not sure much more that Šeško could have done there. He gets the shot on target. The other one, it's a heavy touch, but he's in the right position. So I think it will come. I do think it will come with him. As far as a prediction on result, like I say, any options on the table. I wouldn't be shocked at all. I think there'll be goals because we concede, but we do score. And it might be a bit of a Boxing Day classic. I'm going to go with 3-2 to Manchester United. That's what I'm going to go with. What do you guys think? What's your predictions? What's your starting lineup predictions as well? How are you feeling? Are you feeling optimistic? Are you feeling confident? If you're not, maybe don't focus on it too much. Don't let it ruin your Christmas. If you are, just let it all fuse together. It's all part of one big, enjoyable Christmas mood. So, yes. Big up to everyone for tuning in. Smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Tomorrow, of course, we will be live. Match view, Boxing Day settings. Flex and myself will be watching the game. So be sure to join us then. We'll have full usual match day coverage with your road trips, etc., etc., etc. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll be back very, very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.